Hola, it's me, Didi. Welcome to part 2 of my conversation with Lemon from my show Deep Dives Early Outs. This is my show. If you haven't seen part 1 or if you don't know what we're doing here, I'm Didi Fuego from RuPaul's Drag Race Season 18. And this is my show where I speak to queens that have left too soon. We go into the beginning of their drag, the being on the show, and then what happens after, which ends up not just being the end of their time, but the actual beginning of life after the show. So Lemon, who we're talking to today, this is part 2. If you haven't watched part 1, go now. She's had many beginning, middles, and ends. She's done 3 different franchises. The wisdom and the energy that she's always given me since we met in 2018 doing our show together in New York City, it's always inspired me. So I wanted to make sure this conversation was in full for you to enjoy as well and take some nuggets of wisdom with you everywhere you go. Now, don't forget to subscribe and comment below and let me know who you want me to interview next. Once the early out season is over, we're just gonna go deep diving with all of your favorites. So for now, let's go into part 2. Back to what I was saying, you are living your life. You've moved to Toronto. You're living with your parents at this point after Drag Race Season 1?
I moved back for season 1 and COVID happened when we started airing. Everything happens for luck and for other reasons we don't understand. And COVID happening at that exact moment was gorgeous for me because everyone was at home to watch Canada's Drag Race.
Correct.
And it's like, yeah, there was a global pandemic and everything was horrible and hasn't gotten better since. But I was great because I was getting a lot of Instagram followers. So it was like, you know.
And isn't that what it's all about?
And isn't that what life is all about? So it was like, yeah, you know.
How long?
Crushing guilt because of the world. A lot of Instagram followers. It was like, I was fine.
It was going to be okay because you were always going to be, I think, like a fan favorite in your own way. I mean, and if they didn't like you, that's none of your business. But you were like, I think you showed yourself and, you know, we fall in love with you in person. So the audience did too.
Yeah. I feel like I crushed season 1. I did really well.
You for sure did.
I feel like that's also.
You have like an iconic snatch game, which I don't think people were expecting from you. I mean, if you knew you would be expecting. I was expecting it too. But I
was not expecting it at all. I thought I'd do okay.
But like you are a funny girl and you...
JoJo Siwa! Hey, how's it going? I'm so excited to be here. This is the best day of my whole life. This was just the best day ever. I am so excited to be here at the Snatch Game, and I'm so excited to live my truth.
How long after your season of Canada starts airing, how many, like is it a year or 2 later that you get the call to go to UK versus the world?
I'm so bad with timing, so I don't remember. I think
emotionally, how are you at this time?
I mean, no tea. Like I was working a lot. Yeah, I didn't really have like lows at that point. I was very lucky and I was very busy. And so I had been saving up a lot of money. I had like a lot of money in the bank. And when I got the call again, I was so ready because I was like, oh, like I feel like I've been really working so hard and my drag has improved a lot. And now I also have like this budget that I didn't have the first time. So it was really exciting. And it was a very like, at the time, it felt like the right time.
For sure.
What I mean?
The idea also was like, this was the first time that they were bringing together like people, queens from other franchises to be in front of RuPaul for the first time. How are you like feeling you're like on your plane, on your way to the UK, you prepared a winning package.
I think it was the same thing where I was like, I was so ready and I was ready to go in there and crush it. And then like walking in, I still had that same moment where I looked around and saw the girls where I just had this moment of like total intimidation where I was like, oh fuck, like the show is just really intense. I constantly see people in the comments saying like, well, if I was there, well, the gag is you're not, and you don't know what it's fucking like. I was not as in my skin as I should have or could have been. So I don't think that it was the worst performance of the night, but I don't think it was my personal best performance. And I would like to believe that the universe or RuPaul and Michelle, who might be your universe, I don't know. I don't think that they thought I was horrible, but I think they maybe could feel that it was like, this isn't her best. Like she could do better than this.
You are thinking in the goodness of their judgment, they were like, because this is not her best, we're judging her against herself. This just is what it is. Not like she's gonna go home first no matter what happens.
I just think it worked out the way that it was supposed to work out.
Right.
You know?
But this is
at the time I was absolutely crushed.
That's what we need to talk about, because that is like the Porkchop experience that I had too.
Yeah.
And in retrospect, there's this feeling of where I am now, because I am good, that was okay to have suffered through. Like that thing was fine because I am okay now. Lemon,
Exactly.
I'm telling you like right now, like I am not okay yet. So my current struggle is like believing that one day I will. So this pain will be like fine. You in that moment, you have not been asked to come back for Canada versus the world. You have not won. You have not redeemed yourself. You've gone home with a package full of incredible things in your suitcases.
So
Like the devastation. I mean, we see you on the show when you come back for the finale, and it's like, what did you learn from this, or what did you take away? And you say nothing.
yeah, for me, what was harder than anything was waiting for it to like air. Because it was like the time that you know and no one else knows.
Yeah.
These fans, I love and appreciate how much they love and appreciate the show.
Yeah.
But a lot of them would come to meet and greets or like shows and be like, I heard. I'm rooting for you. And in my head, I was like, well, don't. Don't root for me,
I had
girls.
the same exact experience. And
You're
everyone,
gonna lose the bet. So-
everyone in New York being like, oh, we're so happy for you. Well, not everyone. There are some bitches in New York that weren't happy that I was there. A lot of
Back to
bitches.
Walker. No, I'm just kidding.
I know. But the idea that I felt like I was like disappointing people by
Yeah,
my
like that was
elimination.
definitely, that part for me was harder than watching it back. But again, one thing to remember is like it's one moment. Like it's like the one moment of your life that unfortunately was on TV. So it's like that
Yeah.
sucks because now people can see that. But it's like you also just have to remember all the victories that you have had. Another thing people are not gonna like me for saying, but I've noticed the Drag Race fandom lately has a really big problem with girls that win.
Oh, yes. They are not
They
immune
don't like
to
girls
hatred.
that do well on the show and win. Specifically, like if they never have a moment where they do like really badly on the show and then they win, it's like every single comment is just like so goddamn mean. And I do think, and again, you guys are not gonna like this, it's a lot easier for all of us to relate to a girl who doesn't do well.
Yes.
Because we've all felt that. And we can all directly recall a moment where we were like, oh, I was really excited for this. And then I didn't get the promotion. We all understand that disappointment. But the feeling of like winning on such a massive thing is something that it's harder for us to put our own feet in those shoes and like feel like that's me, like I'm a winner, like that's me.
Yes.
Even me, I did literally win the show.
Literally.
And sometimes I'm like, well, I don't know. Like
you're kind of like giving the audience and the internet people a lot of like empathy here, because you're like, it's giving them a reason to root for you and all this stuff. But on the other hand, like you do get judged for what happened on TV, regardless of who you are, regardless of how many wins I've had in my lifetime, not because of my quality of work, but because of the new epitaph on my stone. Before I got on Drag Race, my stone said, like, really good at drag in New York City, made it.
Yes.
And now my stone reads, like, left first from a TV show.
Time does heal all wounds in those ways. And it's like you will realize that the Drag Race win or lose, come in the fucking middle, go towards like whatever. It's like it is just a stepping stone. Like it's not a job. It's not a career. Like it's not.
No, it's like a
anything.
gig.
It's just like, yeah, it's a gig. Like Drag Race is a gig. And it's like sometimes you'll go to the gig and you'll win the gig. Sometimes you'll go to the gig and it's not your night.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But
like you had a not your night in the UK. And emotionally, there must have been work that you had to do to remind yourself that like who you were there and what people are going to perceive you as now is not who you are. And the disappointment of that takes time to heal. And obviously you're healed on the other side and you're a winner and all that stuff. But like what things were you up to remind, I don't know, like to help you through that difficult moment?
Well, again, it's like timing and luck was so on my side. Like it was so crazy because Come Through happened at like the same time as UK versus the World happened. So it was like
you had this flop and then you had this massive success.
They were honestly kind of happening, like the rise of Come Through was kind of happening at the same time. So it was like I felt very vindicated because I was like, well, the world knows I'm cunt.
Yeah.
So RuPaul and Michelle didn't get it. That's okay.
Yeah.
Because everyone else seemed to fucking get it. And then it was like Sweet and Sour happened.
Mhm.
And that song did really, really well on socials. And like, I think it has 1 million streams now, or maybe more than that. That was another thing too, where it was kind of like, well, if my number was so bad, this song that I wrote and
That is very popular for everyone
in
to
myself
love.
that has 1 million streams, then maybe I wasn't so bad. But it is just like that. That is the realization that we all need to come to. It's like, it was just for people's opinion that night.
And it's also like...
It's not voted by the entire country in the world and everyone agreed. Like that didn't happen.
It's not the Olympics. No one's like timing you. It's not technical.
And even
it's
if
like,
it is the Olympics, it's like there's lots of girls who lose the fucking Olympics that are great athletes. It's like, it's one gig, it's one competition. Every other show, like if you lose MasterChef and you go on to open a restaurant, no one's gonna be like, she's a bad chef.
They're like, oh, she's a
only
master chef.
Show. She was still on MasterChef.
Yes.
Like, what are you talking about? This is another thing about Drag Race. On the other like talent-based shows, they have like the auditions episodes where you watch like the people audition who were like butt fucking horrible garbage. And it's
to give some perspective.
And it's like, it gives you perspective when Kelly Clarkson comes out.
Yeah.
That you're like, oh my God, she's amazing. Because we just heard this girl who could not carry a fucking tune.
Right.
You know what I mean? But it's like on Drag Race, we really only see good drag. Like even the worst Drag Race girl of all time is still like probably a good drag.
When you are having this moment of like, the show said this about me, that I'm like not worth the whatever, but you're like, but look at this stuff that I'm doing, like, reminding yourself like, oh no, wait, what the show says about me is not necessarily who I am. This is, I mean, I've had little moments of that, and I know that I'll keep like proving myself as I go along, and like the Betsy Johnson. Then you get this next call and this next opportunity to prove yourself. Why did you rush to prove that you could get your heart broken again?
Yeah, I was thinking again the other day about like how iconic I am, because it's like... It is crazy. Like I was on the first season of Canada ever. I was on the first international season ever. Like that is so crazy.
Incredible.
And they were both, you know, within like 2.5 years-ish. It was like so fast. And it's like, I didn't feel like I was like, in a lot of ways, I don't feel like I did anything. Like, I think I just kind of kept my head down and kept working and kept making my drag better and better. And that was like what I did to like keep it happening. But like, I don't think I was like, I'm going to go on Drag Race and then I'm going to get on Drag Race again. And then I'm going to get on a third time. And then I'm going to go here and then I'm going to lose and then I'm going to win. Like, I didn't know what was going to happen.
You were doing the gig and then the next gig.
Go from the gig to the gig. Priyanka wants me on a song. I'd love to do it. Like, let's go for it. It's like a lot of the shit that I was doing or am still doing is just like what feels like the next thing to do. You know what I mean? It's like what I was in control of, I took control of. Regardless of how you do on the show, if your drag is good, people know it. Like people aren't stupid.
No, but there's a part of me that like at my most delusional or like confident, I'm like, they fumbled having me on their program. I would have made this season so much better. My representation is so important. My personality is so wonderful. I can bring you all the looks. Like they fumbled.
And it's like this energy is like exactly how you keep it going. It's like to remind everyone that it's like, you guys would be lucky to have me.
Yeah, it would be kind of iconic in the temperature of the world today that I was still on your television program. You fumbled me. Like, I'm not going to fumble me. I'm going to keep doing my thing.
And I think that's the secret to success. You know, on my season, Kyne is arguably our villain of the season. She was not received the way that she deserved it.
Right.
But one thing about Kyne is she is the smartest girl ever. And she is so goddamn hardworking. And now it's like Kyne does these gigs that are crazy gigs and doesn't even have to mention that she was ever on Drag Race. Right. She just can mention like, well, she's one of the top 10 most followed drag queens ever on TikTok. She has a book. She's one of the best-selling authors. Like, it's like there's so many things that she can now speak to where it's like she doesn't need to be like, and I was third out on Drag Race. It's not relevant to her story anymore. Important to remember that people missing you is a good thing. People wanting more of you is a good thing. It's like, my thing is like, think about like, okay, so now imagine for a minute that you got on All Stars. Go through the whole show, you win the show, awesome. Now what's like your plan after you win? Like, what are you doing? Like, are you rushing into the studio to make an album? Are you taking the script you've been writing and going to a studio? Are you
Like, what are you using
planning a
that for?
world tour? Like,
Yeah.
what is your MO for like after I win? Start taking steps towards that so that if it ever happens or when it does happen or when you get that crown, you're already there. Like you already
Yeah.
have the script to take. You already have the album written. You already have the TV show planned. Like it's like you already have the thing that you want. And it's like a lot of the times I think you would get to the realization that once you've taken enough steps, you're like, oh, I actually never needed this whole All Stars storyline. I could have just been doing the thing that I wanted to be doing and like be just as or more successful. There's a lot of girls that are like legendary, top tier, you know, Drag Race girls that are not iconic because of what they did on Drag Race.
Correct. Do you know that game like Chutes
Sorry.
and Ladders? You're like going up a thing and then you get a ladder.
Yes.
It's like
Yes.
Drag Race is a ladder.
It is.
But like, where are you going? So that when you...
But where are you going? Where's the...
Because if Drag Race never happens, if you never get that ladder, what are you working toward? I've always thought like, I'm working toward where I am going and Drag Race is gonna like help me, and not shoot me because that's the other way around. It's gonna ladder me up to like where I wanna be. And my reality is my ladder was short. Like I got a ladder, but my ladder was short. I still am doing the work to like get what I want.
Yeah, and I think that's the important thing.
And the opportunities you have now by sticking to the gigs and all that, and then with your All-Stars turn, with your, I guess, like Canvas of the World turn, the way that you currently have a show in which you talk to the eliminated queens, it's so perfect for you. Like the trail has been worth it because maybe of the place that you're in. I'm not saying that you've like gotten anything you haven't like worked your ass off for, obviously. Because winning that season, the way people have, if you have uttered rigged about Lemon winning that season, it is crazy because
I really believe that the people that say that didn't watch.
Like you worked so fucking hard and every week you looked really good.
My best friend Christian helped me a ton with like prepping, and he was like such a important part of the planning process. And one thing we kept saying to each other the whole time was the phrase, it has to be undeniably cunt. Like I was like, it has to be to the point where it's like when I turn the corner, it's like you can't really be like, you know, it's not my favorite. Like I needed it to be like every time I turn. I think every Drag Race journey is different. And I think some girls go to win and some girls go to have fun. And some girls go to battle their inner demons. Like it's like everyone has a different thing that they have to journey they have to be on. UK versus the world taught me so much because like losing like that was so crushing. And I knew I could have done different things.
But
you know
do
what I
you
mean?
have regrets from what you did or how you approached UK versus
Well,
the
no,
world?
because thank goodness it all worked out the way it did. Because it's like,
but like if it hadn't,
and if I didn't go home first, maybe not. And then would I have been cast on Canada versus the world if I didn't go home first? Probably not. So it's like everything did end up working out to be exactly perfect, you know? And again, I'm like, I think back to those fun facts pages, I think I'm the youngest girl who's done Drag Race 3 times. Like there's a lot of crazy statistics like that where it's like, well, I'm very lucky for this journey. Being a Drag Race winner, I just turned 30 this year. I've done Drag Race 3 times. As I said, first Canadian season, first international all-stars season. I'm a winner of Drag Race. It's like, there's so much shit that I'm just like, God, I kind of ate that boots. Like
you did.
I charted on the UK charts for like 5 minutes. Pretty cut.
You did.
It's like, yeah, I've done a lot of really cool, really amazing things, and I'm so grateful for it. But a lot of it is just like, I've never stopped trying to get better at drag. Like I still to this day, like feel like there's so much that I'm like, oh, I wish I was better at this. I wish I was better at this. And I think like growing up, being a dancer, being an artist, that is the mindset where
always
it's
like correcting, always evolving.
Yeah, you could be the best dancer in the room, but like Misty Copeland exists. So you got to keep working. Like, so it's like, there's always going to be someone, and even Misty Copeland, it's like, but there's probably someone who's a better hip hop dancer than her. So it's like, well, there's always somewhere to go when you're an artist and when you believe in work ethic, which is really important. And I really do. So it's like, still to this day, I'm like, I still have moments where I'm like, next time they see me, I'm gonna be even more cunt than before. So it's like,
you are
that's
exposing
important.
it's exposing something that's very interesting to me, because on the one hand, you're like, every time I get to do this, I want to do better at it, and I'm learning and I'm growing. On the other hand, you're like, I'm amazing, I'm perfect, I'm cunt, I'm undeniable. And both of I need to, you know,
But both are true. Like,
both are true, and
are true.
I have to hold on. I don't hold on to them as hard as you do. I think,
Like, you can be kind and perfect, but also still have room to grow.
of course, the way that I think about it, it's like the vision that we've always had for ourselves, the space
Yes.
between what we are and the vision that we have gets smaller and smaller as time goes on. And like the version of myself that I wanted to be, I am being more than ever now.
So yeah, I think that's like the biggest piece of advice for like any first out or anyone who's just like feels a little crushed. The whole thing about this is for us all to remember is like, it's art. It's always going to be subjective.
Correct.
It's always going to be based on people's opinions and what they like. The secret to success is do it your own fucking way, and who cares?
Yes.
But also remember, no one cares as much about you as you care about yourself. Like that's everyone's just trying to have fun.
Everyone's trying to have fun. That is a great, deep and meaningful note to take a little pause, because I just want to close it out with a rapid fire question.
Okay.
So you get to choose two numbers between 1 and 8, and it's one of the random questions that I'm going to ask you.
6, 7.
Oh. All right, 6, 7 it is. Favorite place to perform that you've performed since you've been on the show?
I went to Brazil, and oh my God.
Yeah.
Such a fun night, such a great audience. And another one, Madrid. Madrid was one of my favorite places ever in the fucking world. Like the crowd was crazy. And there was one thing that was crazy in Madrid, actually happened in Brazil too. I was doing meet and greets, and like most people didn't speak English.
Right.
So they were like really sweet meet and greets of people trying to communicate that like, I love you, and me trying to be like, thank you for coming. But like,
I don't speak your language.
Really knows what's going on. Like,
you can still
and then
feel
when
it.
I stepped out to do Come Through, the whole crowd knew every lyric, like every single word. And I was like, I just tried to speak to you and none of you even know English. So the fact that all of you have learned this fucking hard rap, like, is just the biggest honors.
Okay, 7. Was there anyone in the Drag Race world that you were looking up to as you were molding your career?
Yeah, there's so many. I think SQUEEKQUEL is for me like one of the biggest drag inspirations. Just the way she handles herself, the way she interprets drag, the way she works. And now I'm lucky enough to like, we have a song together. She's a friend of mine, which is crazy to say out loud still. She just works in a way that makes so much sense to me. It doesn't even seem like she's working when she is. She's just she just really breathes drag in a way that's like, she's expanded even my understanding of what drag is because of the way she lives, like makes her drag better. She's a huge one for me, but there's so many. Naomi Smalls is like my favorite girl ever. The thing that I don't think the world knows enough about Naomi is she is the nicest girl.
The nicest.
In the world. Naomi was doing a meet and greet. Like all the girls were up on stage doing a meet and greet. And I said something in the audience like, yes, that's it. And Naomi, we had never met, turns and goes, I know that voice. Is that Lemon?
What?
Was so gagged. And I've heard it from 100 people. Naomi will remember your name from like 10 years ago. Like looking up to people that you meet and realize, oh, they're actually cool. I think that's a big thing for me. It's like, I don't even care about career a lot of the time. I'm like, I just hope when people meet me, they're like, oh, she's cool. I hope she'd be cool. And she is.
Yeah. Well, I hope one day people think you're cool, Lemon.
Yeah. Let's figure it
out.
We'll see.
But thank you for chatting with me. I'm so grateful to like have you in my life, and the learning that I did by having the show with you, seeing you. I think have like the success that you have was always in the cards in my mind for you.
I feel like it was in the cards for all of us, me, you, and Sky. We knew we were going to be there. We used to. Do you remember we would play the question game, and anytime we didn't have a question, we would just be like, what would our Drag Race entrances be? Yeah. We had such ambitious visions of ourselves being those girls, you know? And so it's crazy we are sisters.
It's crazy. Oh my God, we're Ru sisters. I mean, it's like it's just beginning, and you give, I don't know, like you give me hope, but like that the race is after the show is like an obvious thing, but it's true.
I think people will know about Didi Fuego. They will know what we all came to learn, which is that you will not settle for less than you want or you deserve. You will get everything that you imagine because you have the work ethic, which is so much more valuable than people think it is. You could be the most talented girl in the world, but if you don't put the work in, nobody gives a fuck. And if you're, you know, I mean, you are talented, so this wouldn't.
As I say, we have both. In this family, we have both.
But that's something you've always inspired me for too, is how hard you work and how much you put into it and how much you did things your own way. Like you really refuse to let anyone like push you around or make decisions for you. You figured it all out your own way, did it yourself. And it's like, that is very impressive too. And that's a skill that like you're going to be able to take from life and apply to this new path of being a Ru girl. Again, it's like I think the call for All Stars happens when it's like we have more from her that we need to talk about or see or blah blah blah. And you are definitely the kind of person that's gonna give them more to talk about.
Well, whenever that call comes, we will talk about it more. For now,
we'll talk about it.
For now, I'm gonna become a star, and if I get the call for All Stars, I'll already be one.
Clock it, motherfucker.
Thank you.
I love you so much. Thank you for having me, sister.
I love you. You're an inspiration and an annoyance, and thank God.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you all for watching. I love you, Lemon. This conversation was so meaningful to me. I hope everyone's liking and subscribing to this channel. And follow me on Instagram if you haven't. I'm so grateful for the opportunity to be on Drag Race, to get to do this stuff for all of you. So the more you support, the more I get to do it. So grateful. Muchas gracias. Adios.